Like, why did it take this long to do it? You know, they did Smallville, and like I'm sure at one point, like all through Smallville, you'd always read stories about like young Bruce Wayne. They're talking about doing young Bruce Wayne. So it's not like nobody ever had the idea. It's nice that somebody's fucking doing it. And that trailer is fantastic. Yeah. You know, it's just like, come on, showing like the young Catwoman and all that stuff is cool. But just the shot of him wailing over his dead fucking parents, that kid screaming, that hollow, like, I lost everything. Fuck you, take my money. I'm going to be there every episode. But on top of that, just the shot of the dude playing the Penguin going, there's a war coming. That dude looks good and creepy and fucking, like, I'm in. I keep doing this. You don't have to pay for television. I'm tuning in.
I'm doing with you sometime.
I know. Fuck you, take my money. I'm going to do this.
What do they say? They're like, before the Penguin.
Before Catwoman.
Yeah.
You like the taglines and shit.
I like it.
You're like, I like it because it said Riddler.
I want Hugo Strange to show up, man. This has been my mantra for years. Like, I want Hugo Strange and I want Leslie Tompkins.
I agree. I tried to sneak Leslie Tompkins into this Batman story. I did the sequel, hasn't come out yet, but she doesn't get enough due. They did her well in the cartoon series, the animated series.
I was always surprised that Nolan didn't use her because I'm like, she totally fits in with the real world.
And
stuff.
You get a woman in there instead of this big fat fucking sausage party, like that one girl in the world, and then they killed her. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like all dicks, bad dicks, big fat bad dicks. Before there was vagina.
Well, it did have Liam Neeson in there. So
That's true. I'm with you, dude. There was a period. I'd like to see Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
There was a period where nobody ever imagined they would do Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, depending on who you ask, as a fucking villain, and he wound up being the villain almost in all three movies, kind of. At least the first and the third in the Nolan trilogy. So there's a case for Hugo Strange, particularly because like Batman is not superpowered. That's what we all fucking love about him. Neither's Hugo Strange. You know, the Joker wasn't superpowered, but he's like super maniacal and shit. But Hugo Strange is just the kind of cut from a different cloth, same cloth as the Batman. A guy who doesn't have the gifts of others. But, you know, like, whereas Batman kind of looks at Superman and be like, I can't be him, but I can be as good as I could possibly be. Hugo Strange looks at Batman the same way. So that would be an interesting flip. And they'll probably be able to do that far more interestingly on Gotham than they ever would in a movie.
This is the greatest Hugo Strange conversation I've ever had in my life.
But it's a cool character, man. Like, especially when you think about in the comics when he dresses up like him and shit. Yeah. Like, that's weird.
I have that action figure.
Yes. But that's something I bet you Gotham will be able to do insanely well. Right. Like, if this show doesn't succeed, I eat my fucking hat. And obviously I eat my everything anyway. But I believe in this show. I think it's going to work.